Right, so from the previous video, we know that if we want to share the 3G connection on our phone or on our tablet, we can simply just create a hotspot using the default settings that comes in with Android, and then we can sniff data or read them, modify them the same way that we did with the bad USB attack. So we can use T-Shark, we can use DNS spoof, we can use SSL strip, all that kind of stuff. We can do the scenarios that we did straight after we create that hotspot. So people are going to connect to the hotspot. Yeah, you'll be automatically be the man in the middle because people connected to your own hotspot, and they will send their requests to your computer because you are the server, or to your device, and you will be sending them the replies. You can also do the same thing, share your 3G connection and create a hotspot using your Wi-Fi card using Zanti. The nice thing about Zanti, it has a graphical interface, so you can enable SSL strip, read the passwords, usernames, basically do the same stuff that you can do manually, but much easier using the graphical user interface. Again, using the Z-Tether, and then the interface is very similar to the interface that we used when we were doing ARP poisoning with Zanti. That's why I didn't go over it, because it's very simple. What I want to go over though is doing the same thing but using a different tool, which is called Mana Toolkit. Now, Mana Toolkit exists on laptops and on Android devices, so you can use it on both. It works on Linux operating systems, and it's used the exact same way both on Android and on your Linux system. So if you learn how to use it with Android, you'll be able to use it on your laptop. Mana Toolkit will allow you to create an access point, an evil access point. The cool thing about it is that we will be able to use two wireless cards instead of using the internet on 3G. So we're going to use the internet connection on one wireless card, and we're going to use the second wireless card as to broadcast the signal of the router. So we will not need 3G for this attack now. I'm going to use, as I said, two wireless cards. One of them is the internal one, and the second one will be an external wireless card. The external one, I'll be connecting it using an OTG cable. An OTG cable is basically just a cable that allows you to connect USB devices to your Android device. I'll show you what it looks like. It's very cheap. You can get it for around 7 to 10 euros, so around $12. So I'll just show you what it looks like. So that's what it looks like. This is a Y OTG cable, which allows you to charge your phone while connecting it to a wireless card. Some phones you'll actually have to use a Y UTG cable because the battery on the device does not support or is not enough to run your external wireless device. So I'm actually using a Y cable. So Mana comes in with three scripts that allow you to run an evil access point. The first one is the simplest one, which is start no upstream. Will basically give you an access point with no internet connection. So once you run this attack, you'll see an access point, people can connect to it, but it will not have an internet connection. Instead, it's going to run your web server that you have, a local web server that you have on your device. And you can do DNS spoofing, or you can do other stuff to get users to enter usernames or passwords, but there will be no internet connection on that network. The StartNAT Simple is my favorite one, which basically starts a wireless access point with internet connection. So when clients connect to that wireless network, they will have internet connection, and because you are the server, all the packets will be coming to you and going back naturally without having to do anything, because they'll send it to you voluntarily. So once you do that, you can do SSL strip, you can start T-Shark, you can do DNS spoof, you can do the scenarios, because you will be the man in the middle. The third one, which is StartNAT Full, will start your access point with internet connection. It will also start a few tools like SSL strip, SSL split, FireLamp, which sniffs cookies, and it will also attempt to bypass HSTS. Now personally, I prefer running the simple one and then running any attack that I want manually, because if any of these attacks does not work properly, I can see what's going wrong and I can fix it. You can also run Mana Toolkit from the Kali menu. I don't like to do that though, because again, when you run it from the Kali menu, there's only a start button, so you don't really know if it's actually running or if something went wrong. Whereas when you run it from the terminal, you can see all the logs, all the messages, and you can see if something went wrong, you can see what it is, you can debug it and fix it. So in the next videos, we'll see how we can run our evil access point, connect to it, check if it has internet connection, and see how we can sniff data and modify it or do all the cool stuff that we do when we are the man in the middle.